Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. We're going to talk some more Pokemon Go. We had an event go on. I'm not sure if it was in Las Vegas, but I mean everyone could participate in it. You basically paid $5 and it unlocked the ability to go after Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. So this is what people were waiting for. I'm gonna be honest. I was sick of Groudon and Kyogre. We've had them come back so many different times, and eventually they both were shiny, and that was years ago. Now we got their primal form, and the primal form, for those of you who are wondering, the primal form is like the equivalent of the mega evolution, right? Not every Pokemon can mega evolve, but Groudon and Kyogre can primal evolve, which is, or it's not primal, they call it primal something, but it's basically the same thing, and it's been a long time coming. So the trio of Pokemon that are legendary, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, all share the same story. So while Rayquaza is in raids along with Deoxys and some other Pokemon, um, we got those two to Primal. So maybe next year they give Rayquaza. Like, it would be nice if they gave Rayquaza in the next coming months. But my gut feeling says they're going to make you wait a little cycle. It's like, oh, we give you these two now, and then we'll give you the other one next year or something like that. But I'm gonna choose to enjoy what we have right now. So it was fun, although it was rainy. That was a problem. People still came out. I still saw over a dozen people who I would play with normally who were out there without us communicating that we were going to be out there. And you're like, oh, just a dozen? I was like, that's pretty good because it was cold and rainy out. But, if you paid for it, you knew that they required you to catch a lot of Pokemon, right? You had to do some rocket battles. So they the research pretty much guaranteed that you had to come outside. What I liked about it was it also helped me with the level 48 challenge and some of the research there, right? I had to make all these great throws and stuff like that, nice throws, excuse me. So I was able to get like at least 200 of those out of the way just off of this research here. So it was a lot of two for ones, power ups in Pokemon, several times, right? And just checking stuff off the list. So I enjoyed that. I almost forgot that it was when it was until I happened to open up the game and see, oh wait, that's today, and that's a thing that happens with getting older, and also them having so many events per month now that it's easy to, it's like, is this a community day, what's going on, but that was a pretty good event. I'm going to give it that. I know a lot of you felt the same, that it was a good event because some of you got shinies. I did get a shiny that I didn't have before. I did get a shiny Sunny Castform, and I didn't expect to get that at all. That's probably one of the rarest shinies that I got. So up until that point, I don't remember getting any shinies up in February at all. I honestly don't think I got any. So the Primal Groudon and Kyogre required you to have a certain amount of people if you wanted to get it done. And it required more in my area because, like I said, it was raining. What does that mean? It means boosted Kyogre. So I don't know if Kyogre was already slightly stronger than Groudon or if they were both similar powered. I could tell you that Groudon is weaker to water. So Groudon, should be, you should have your water types in there if you're going against Groudon, and I guess your grass types going against Kyogre. Kyogre we couldn't get done if we had just 4 or 5 people. So they were clever in saying, hey, for these two, it would be beneficial if y'all hung out together instead of trying to remote raid, because some people claim they struggled with just 7 people. For me, we were able to try it multiple times with 4 or 5 people before we eventually got it done with 5 people. But here's the deal. It had to be 5 high-level people. People who had boosted Pokemon When I say boosted Pokemon, I mean, I don't, well, let me walk that back. Not boosted Pokemon, but they had Pokemon who had type advantage. There we go. Type advantage, you were a high level, so you had to be well over level 40, I want to say, over 44, right? And then you had a Mega Evolved Pokemon in the lineup. That helped, and you were able to get the raids done that way. That was possible. So some of you who probably were in my chat saying, no, you probably needed more, and blah, blah. You also, most of you who, or some of you, I won't say most of you, weren't actually doing the raids while we were doing them, or with us. So that's not a slight at anybody. I don't like correcting people in chats, but I will correct people in my videos. So you needed 400 candy or 400 energy for the primal reversion. That's the word. It was reversion. So mega evolution, primal reversion. So you needed 400 energy of that. So that meant even if you struggled with the 5 and you got just 80 candy, you had to do these a few times. So you couldn't just do one Kyogre and then primal evolve. Honestly, I did the Groudon because I didn't pay attention to which version of the game I chose, right? This was based off of Ruby and Sapphire. So if you did Ruby, you got a certain set of Pokemon in the wild that you encountered, like Latios. And if you did the other one, you got Latias. And it was cool to see those just in the wild. They were very hard to catch, too. But one of the research I remember was taking a photo. Taking a photo of one of them, and I was like, really? Am I going to have to do a raid to encounter them? But no, they were out there in the wild. So that was pretty neat because, like I said, one of the research right now is for, I didn't say it, but one of the research right now is for Mega Jirachi. And they want you to get, so many different types of Pokemon from all of the generations prior. So you could get Latios and Latias out of the way if you simply, did this. So, or you were able to catch them. Let me put it like that. So I'm imagining those two have to come back at some point because I didn't see Latias at all. If you had one version, you saw one, and you had the other version, you saw the other one, right? So I say that to say it's always fun when you can get multiple research tasks done at the same time. It's very annoying when you complete a set and then, let's say you threw away some Pokemon, you transferred them, right? And then the next requirement is, throw these away. It's like, I just did this. Why are you wanting me to do this again? Why couldn't that be at the same time as I'm catching 10 Pokemon? Also throw away 10 Pokemon. Boom, done and done. Sure, that's easy pickings, but if that co-aligned with 3 or 4 different researches I got going on, like power up a Pokemon 5 times, but I also have power up a Pokemon 10 times, guess what? Let's just do it 10 times and get both of them out of the way. Let's just start doing stuff like that. So, again, I was fortunate because I was on level 48. I'm sure if you were on level 49 going on 50 or whatever, whichever one has make excellent throws, you were loving the fact that Groudon was out because that's an easier Pokemon, in my opinion, to get the excellent throws on. So, your mileage may vary is what I'm trying to say here. So all in all, this was a good event. I don't know if I'm going to get this shiny Jirachi anytime soon. Hopefully I can do it. I don't know if there's a time limit on that. But there were several habitats that rotated during this event, and I wasn't sure I was going to get all those, but I had the gacha going as well, and a couple loops around downtown. Playing with some friends, I was able to get all the Pokemon I needed without even stressing over it. So I was pleased with that. I think that's all I got for you guys. I did get a shiny Kyogre. The Kyogre does look cool. I'm not sure if it's the shiny version or not, but the primal version of the Kyogre was black. The Groudon, you can see how it is in the picture. I'm not sure I have enough of the energy or whatever for the reversion for Kyogre just yet. And it might be over with. It's probably over with I know you can make it your buddy. You can make Kyogre your buddy and earn the energy that way. That's not going to be fun at all. So I guess I just missed out on that. I think I had like 220, and it was just hard to get people to do the Kyogre because more people, I think, preferred Groudon. It was also easier because it wasn't boosted in this area. But yeah, Kyogre was a beast. I remember the very first time when Kyogre debuted, it was also raining, and it took us like a lobby of like 15 or something like that to do it. This is before level 40, y'all. And we struggled with that. So to, go from that to, hey, Kyogre's back, it's Primal, and it's also raining, good luck. It was interesting, to say the least. So we'll see what they have going forward. Check out the last video where I talked about remote raids and some of the speculation there, and then stay tuned for what we've got going on in March. We'll see what they've got going on there. Remember to leave me a like. Do that for me, please. Comment, subscribe, share. My cat wants to jump in my lap, so we'll look at the camera, tell everybody to subscribe. Yeah, she doesn't like being up here on camera, but she doesn't mind interrupting my videos. So I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out. Captain Sensation!